Good evening, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here, joining you from the newsroom this Saturday evening to give you an update on the rest of your weekend forecast. Plus, we'll take a little bit of a deeper dive into the tropics in just a few moments. But as for this weekend, it's been kind of a very typical summer weather. It was hot and humid today. Wasn't as bad as what we've had maybe earlier this week or previously this week. And some of us did see some showers and storms today. Some of us completely missed out on the rain, but I do want to take a look at some of those rainfall totals according to radar over the past 24 hours. There may have been some spots in Gulfport, Biloxi that have picked up close to 3 inches of rainfall. We did see some strong thunderstorms in the area in some spots earlier today. Also, north of I-10 in Jackson County, we did see some heavier downpours as well. Some spots may have picked up roughly 2 to 3 inches of rain. But like I said, there are several areas in South Mississippi today that seem like they completely missed out on getting that wet weather. Those of us that were able to see a little bit more rainfall were able to cool down a little bit more. Not too bad outside. We're now sitting in the mid to upper 70s in Gulfport at 77. Not much of a wind. The humidity is still pretty high. That's to be expected, obviously, at this point in the year. Looks like maybe we are still seeing some lightning way out there in the distance, but as far as I can tell, currently in South Mississippi, we're really not seeing much in the way of rain. And overnight tonight, our rain chances will remain pretty slim. We will continue to cool down, maybe a few more degrees overnight tonight, and we'll wake up tomorrow morning near the sunrise, more so in the mid to upper 70s. Most of tomorrow morning is looking pretty dry in terms of rain. Not a bad morning to get your walk in, get a little exercise in to start off your day. If you're going off to church services in the morning, I don't think the weather is going to be too much of an issue. Still could see maybe a stray shower here or there, but it does look like Sunday morning will be fairly calm. First alert radar right now, not showing a ton in the way of rain. Looks like there was one little isolated downpour up into George County, right across the Alabama border, but that has since dissipated. We did notice some showers and thunderstorms across the Pine Belt earlier today. A lot of those have diminished as well. It makes sense. We are now well past the sunset. We've lost the daytime heating, so these showers and storms not sustaining themselves nearly as much. And the general trend shows these showers and storms continuing to weaken a little bit more overnight tonight. We're going to be stuck in a very similar setup over the next several days. What we've got going on is a boundary that is pretty much stalled right along the coast. It's a weak boundary, and we also have this area of low pressure right along the Gulf Coast as well. It's a very weak area of low pressure. However, these two are going to help to give us daily chances for showers and storms. Not one particular day looks to be like a washout. These showers and storms are going to be pretty hit or miss tomorrow, Monday, and into Tuesday. And while it is still going to be hot, it is August after all, it's not going to be as bad as what we had just a few days ago, especially if we do see more showers and storms. So high temperatures are going to be upper 80s, low 90s, which is very close to average for this time of the year. But this boundary really going to be sticking around for quite some time. So the forecast is pretty consistent over the next several days. So starting off tomorrow morning, not a ton of rain in the picture. May see some showers and thunderstorms over the water. As we get more of the daytime heating in the afternoon, we'll start to see some of those showers and thunderstorms develop. Some of those may have some heavy rain, some frequent lightning, some gusty winds, but not everyone is necessarily going to see that. This pattern sticks around into Monday, that broad area of low pressure, likely going to create more showers and storms, especially areas to our east. That's the general trend that I've been noticing, that areas in Alabama and the Florida Panhandle may be seeing the heaviest rainfall over the next 3, 4, 5 days this upcoming week. However, we still will keep the chance for some hit or miss showers and storms in South Mississippi. So generally speaking, like I said, heavier rainfall expected to our east, more so into parts of the Florida Panhandle. They have a much better chance of seeing 3 to 5 inches of rain by the end of Wednesday and Thursday. South Mississippi more so into that 1 to 3 range, and even the farther west you go, the lower rainfall totals are in the forecast. That's just a general trend. Take those exact numbers with a grain of salt. Those of us that get a heavy downpour during the day may be picking up a little bit more than that. It's hard to exactly pinpoint who's going to see it. Generally speaking, though, looks like Alabama and the Florida Panhandle have a better chance of seeing some heavy rainfall over the next few days. I mentioned this earlier, forecast this week, very consistent. It's a very typical summer pattern over the next 7 days or so. Monday and Tuesday, maybe a tiny bit of a better chance of seeing some showers and storms, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, not one day looks to be like a total washout, like I said, but we will keep a chance for daily showers and storms, especially in the afternoons and early evenings with more of the daytime heating. Temperature-wise, we're really looking at high temperatures in the low 90s tomorrow. Could see some of us only reach the upper 80s Monday and Tuesday if we see a little more cloud cover and a little more rain. Nothing going to be overly hot, it looks like, throughout this upcoming week. Of course, the 80s and 90s, it's still hot, but we're not expecting those upper 90s like we had just a few days ago. So a tiny bit of a break from the oppressive heat. Average high for this time of the year is 91. We are going to be right around that. So again, very typical for this time of the year in South Mississippi. In the tropics, we don't have any threats to the Gulf Coast at this time, but the National Hurricane Center has 2 areas in the Atlantic that we will be watching out for some tropical development. One of those a little closer to the U.S., or a lot closer to the U.S., I should say, is off the coast of the Carolinas. A satellite showing this area of low pressure that's kind of formed along a front off of the Carolinas. It does have a low chance of becoming a little bit more organized as it moves eastward over the Atlantic over the next couple of days. Even if that does develop, that is not going to be a threat for South Mississippi. So no concerns there, at least for us in the Gulf. Other than that, there is a tropical wave expected to move off the coast of Africa over the next few days. Once it moves over the open waters in the Atlantic, there is a chance it could become a tropical system. And odds are, as we get into the month of August, we're going to see more and more of this. Peak of hurricane season, mid-late August into September. So we're not too far off from that. And it usually happens right around the middle of August. We start to see the activity pick up a bit more. Now, if we were to see another named storm, the next name on the list is Dexter. And then after that is Aaron. All in all, it's been a relatively quiet start to this hurricane season. I don't think a lot of us are complaining about that. But like I said, as we get into the month of August, history tells us we typically see more tropical activity, especially across the Atlantic basin. That also begins to really peak into parts of September. So we have a ways to go before the end of hurricane season. Knock on wood, hopefully we're not going to have any issues this year, but as we head into August and September, we really need to be on guard because that's typically when the tropics become a lot more active and they begin to wake up a little bit more. But at least over the next 5, 6, 7 days, no tropical threats to worry about in South Mississippi. Really just going to be our typical summer weather. Each and every day it will be hot, it will be humid. Not looking at anything too extreme this week in terms of the heat. At times the heat index will be above 100, but if you see a few showers and storms, those should be able to cool you down a good bit. And typical this time of the year, some of those thunderstorms may have some heavy rain, some frequent lightning. They're likely not going to be lasting all day. You'll still get several breaks in the rain throughout the afternoon. But if you have any outdoor plans tomorrow, you may need a quick plan B in case a few of those pop-up showers and storms develop right on top of you. But again, it doesn't look like it's going to be raining all day by any means. So time now is 9:37. We will have another update on your forecast, plus all of the latest news going on in South Mississippi. That's coming up at 10 o'clock. So hopefully you can join us then on ABC and CBS.